Good afternoon. Today is the 12th of November, 2023. It's a Sunday. So this is Izmir, Turkish time, Turkey time. So wherever you are, wherever in the world, it's different, of course. But you can watch this video at any time because I make live videos, but I don't have to. Sometimes if there's an alarm nature item, I issue it as an alarm, watch this, don't miss this. And they may be out of fashion because what caused the alarm is long gone. But my other videos in YouTube, they are for forever, they are just teaching the basics of investing, not trading. Trading is totally different ball game. It's not investing is a totally different ball game. In trading, you only look forward for a month, maybe a day, even minutes, So that's trading. To buy, you can sell. You don't care what the item is. You just look at the graphs and expect one news. And the moment it realized, you buy it or sell it. You don't keep it for days. Even if you can get like multiple times leverage, it's very dangerous because you lose in leverage and suddenly you are out of money. Even if your end target is met within an hour, if it just drops for a while, you may have lost all your money. So at the end of the day, if it hits your target, it's too late. You lost all your money. So it's a dangerous game. Trading is different. That's why you have to put buy stops, sell stops, things like that. And if you're not professional, you should stay away from this. My advice is you better stay away from that. The possibility of real success, big success, is less than 1 in 1,000%. Okay, so even professionals, if they make 51% during a year and lose 49%, they are assumed to be successful investors. Your heart may not stand this. But when it comes to investing, as I mentioned, it's a total different game. You are not investing for 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, maybe a whole 10 years, 5 years, buying a house. If you're buying a house not for repair and sell, or if you're buying a house to sell it without paying any taxes in Turkey, you have to keep it for 5 years. Okay, then you don't pay any income taxes according to existing rules and laws. So, and you can become very rich in 5 years due to inflation. Your purchase will be at the same price, at the same mortgage payment rate, unless you make a dumb decision of getting a variable interest rate in a high inflationary environment. So I made. I think I bought over 10 houses on mortgage during my lifetime. And the first ones I bought without knowing what I'm doing, just because I needed money to buy and so I needed credit. But my last 4 or 5 purchases are, even if I have the money, I wouldn't buy with my cash. Instead, I will buy on mortgage. Instead of buying one house, I rather buy 3 houses at the same time, 2 houses at the same time. Depends on how much credit I have in the banks. So that way, instead of at the end of 5 years owning 1 house, you can own 2, 3 houses during same time. And if inflation, after you get the loan, if inflation helps you, which means goes higher and higher and higher, so the price of the house goes higher and higher and higher, and your loan is fixed, okay? You can say, okay, the house price went up, but there is big inflation. Fine, but what you owe the bank is not affected, so it stays the same. So that's where the big gap is. What you owe is fixed. What you make is changed, okay, no problem. If there is a big inflation, let's say you bought the house, let's make it in dollars, for 100,000 equivalent with just $20,000 down payment, and house goes up to $1 million, in 3 years. I'm talking now high inflation. And okay, you can say $1 million is only worth $3 million, Okay, I just paid 100,000, okay? So, and that's what I owe the bank, only 100,000. So that's incredible gains. I make in local and foreign currency around 500% per annum. You didn't hear wrong. I'm talking triple digits of ROI, okay? Return on investment, not two digits, okay? How do I do it? With the leverage buying in the real estate, okay? Now, this video is not about real estate. It's about gold. So why do I mention gold? There are big, I can even show you, I used a little bit of chat GPT, artificial intelligence. For example, I wrote to artificial intelligence. I was looking for a cover topic. I said, how do I explain, give me some new words to explain the big difference, very wide difference. We can say there is deserts in between. There are so ChatGPT is very good on language. So it showed me. Now I want to share with you. Make sure that it's showing. Okay. I asked the ChatGPT. Now you can read from here. I'm also teaching you now 3 things at a time. Okay. Now, the address is chatopenai.com. You can ask in Turkish, any language, it will answer. But I use English, so I misspelled even, it understand. I said, what words can describe a huge difference between 2 estimates? Now, suddenly, it replies very quickly. Several words can be used between 2 estimates. Here are the options. Discrepancy, disparity, discrepant. The 4, I use number 4. Gulf suggests a wide significant difference, often used metaphorically to describe a large gap. Then comes dissonance, disproportion. Then I said, okay, I like the gulf idea for my thumbnail. So how do I use it? So I ask us, how you use gulf for extreme difference? Give it to me in a sentence. Says the word gulf can be used to emphasize extreme difference. Fine, we know that. The gulf between the estimated cost and the actual expenditure was staggering, revealing a significant discrepancy in financial planning. In this sentence, gulf is used metaphorically to emphasize the substantial and notable difference between the estimated cost and actual difference. So let me get back to my face again. Okay, so what we do, I use, there is a Gulf of Mexico. That's the biggest Gulf I thought of at the moment, difference between the estimates of gold. I read every day many articles in Twitter and YouTube and different websites in English, in French, in German, in different languages, in Turkish. So yesterday I saw one person estimating for ounce of gold $1,000. It's going to go down to $1,000. Okay, what can he lose? He makes an estimate. On the other hand, I saw people saying if governments turn to physical gold, an ounce of gold will be 100,000. So that's even more than Gulf of Mexico, I think. See the difference? So how do I make a decision if I have a slightest concern that it may go down to 1,000 US dollars? How do I invest if I'm not sure what I'm doing? So you have to make yourself believe with the facts, not just rationalizing the situation because you want to save in gold. You have to check the facts. You have to check comparisons and see. Then decide. No way it can go to 100,000 or it can go down to 1,000. How can you make sure? So you have to find who are buying gold. Governments are buying gold. Okay, now that's a good sign because that means central banks. And which governments are buying? All of them, all the rich ones. Okay, and who are keeping the most gold in their coffers? United States, IMF, Germany, France. Turkey is number 11. Turkey is number 11 with 400 tons of gold. Russia, China is the biggest producer in the world. Not only they are the biggest producer and biggest local consumer, which is almost 1.5 billion people. On top of what they produce, they don't export, and they import every month to increase. So they depend on gold. So they would love to see the gold at $1,000. If you are collecting it, I would love it. I love to collect gold at $900 an ounce. Forget 1,000, 1,500, 300. All I would love it because I'm collecting. I'm an investor. So why do you collect? All items which you believe in that they are stable. How do you believe it? With these examples. Why are governments all buying it? They are depending on it. So what's wrong with you depending on it? So when will it go to 10,000, 4,000, 3,000? You can make estimates only based on old figures because it's not a new product. If somebody tells me that one of the crypto coins went down to $10, it's possible because it doesn't have such a history. It can go up to 10 million. But as I said, I have nothing to support it because initially when you introduce an investment, suddenly what we call the flies come to the extraction of the humans, okay? So flies come on top of it when it's fresh. So when it's dried, no flies will come. So, but if you are talking about gold, which has been prevailing for tens and thousands of years in Aztecs, in South America, when people didn't even know each other. On the other hand, in Africa, Musa was the richest man with most of gold. In today's Guinea, I think he used to live, and he made a trip for the Muslim visit to Saudi Arabia, to Mecca. He brought tons of gold, and he distributed the gold, and he even changed the price of gold because he suddenly gave out so much gold. Gold's price fell in his time due to this. Too much sales, okay? Too much free giving, not even a sale. So he was very liked. If you distribute money like that, people will like you. So in a way, that's the gold story goes back to this story I'm telling you is from after the Muslim religion came. So it's fairly recent compared to life of gold. Like after year 700, let's say around 700 AD, Anno Domini, not BC, okay, BC, before Christ. The other one is in Latin, after Christ, let's say, which is accepted to be year 0. So 700, now we are in 2023. So this was more than, like, let's say 1,300 years ago, okay? And the Aztecs and the pyramids in Egypt, when they were all collecting gold, it was more than 5, 6, 7,000 years ago. And as gold does not rust even under the sea in a salt water, so it's like a brand new shape when you find it. So this is obvious. If you visit the Gold Museum in Izmir, or maybe Topkapı Palace, you will see that they are as if just came out of the jeweler's handmade jeweler just recently, yesterday. So nothing to show they are old except the design and the workmanship. So that's why they chose gold. I'm not sure who found out the gold, because there are other items that are rare. So there is a mystery thing in it, because aluminum is rare, platinum is rare, palladium is rare. So why did they choose gold? Okay, I don't know, because with today's knowledge, it's obvious you are looking for element of gold. But imagine 10,000 years ago, there is no information, no one is telling you. So silver could have been much more valuable than gold. It's just a acceptance, or how people feel about something that determines the price. So to me, it's a big mystery, okay, why they did choose gold when they were not even interacting. They, in South America and Middle America, Mayas were collecting it. And in Africa, in Asia, everybody was collecting gold, when they didn't even know that America existed, before. So it's a mystery. They all collected gold. So let's go into the facts of this. This means there is big history, big past background. I have a very long gold collection and usage, of course. I don't just collect it for the sake of collecting. It's the best money or wealth preservation, not making you rich. It preserves your savings against inflation, which is fiat currency, paper money. They can print as much as they like. They don't even need to print nowadays. Before it was paper and ink, Now it's digital, so they can just, with a couple of clicks, they can create a couple of $1 trillion, like they are doing today, About less than 2 months ago, US was owing $33 trillion. Now they owe 33.7. If you look at the USA debt clock, you will see it's 33.77, something like that, extremely high. So there is an address. It's called USA debt DEBT clock like in a watch, an hour. Okay, debt clock. So if you enter there, you will see everything live. How much America is owing, it's ticking fast, and how much a person is owing, what are the mortgage rates, all in one table. You can follow up all of this information. It's extremely useful. So maybe one day I will do another video on that, but it's not today's topic. So in the end, because I am very convinced, and gold never failed me, and sometimes I made big money. Like when I invested when I was 22 years old, I was still investing in gold. And that year, gold went up 300%. Okay, it was the oil crisis, 1978-79. With just a small amount of gold, I suddenly bought a car. Okay, brand new car. So the money was not enough to buy a very old car. Okay, in gold. So, but this was not something expected, because euro, the gold is also denominated in oil as well. So oil prices went up with today's numbers up to $300. Okay, not that day's numbers. So gold went up with today's numbers to $9,000. Okay, with today's inflation adjusted. Now, otherwise, we didn't see any price for gold above 2,200 something. But in inflation adjusted, I did get $9,000 for my gold, okay, in the past. So we don't know if this will ever return. But we know one thing. In the past years, since the Nixon took the gold standard out of US dollars, it was $35. Okay, I think $38 per ounce. Today, okay, it's 1940. Yes, 1940. 1,940 US dollars, closing on Friday. It was up to 208 to 2008-10, which I don't give I don't care. I don't give a nickel. I just look at this. Is it cheaper for me to buy more? Now, most of my followers might think that I'm just, not telling the truth. So I want to prove it to you that I'm buying like hot fire. I don't care if it falls further. I don't care if it goes down to 1,000 US dollars. Because when it goes down to 1,000 US dollars, assume it did, okay, I will buy a house for $5,000, okay? Because if gold goes down that much, that means, or the opposite, if gold goes to $100,000, you better find a place to hide, okay? Because you won't be in a very safe environment. I rather see gold around $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 if it's up to me, okay? Not $100,000. That's not an environment you would want to live in, okay? I tell you. And say similarly, if it goes down to $1,000, stock exchanges probably fell back to 10% of what they are today. Houses are nobody's buying. So these extremes you just have to cut out, okay, in any pricing, in stocks and everything. You can have an individual stock going that way. That's also dangerous. And if you are making just above, some rates for sometimes, it's more dependable. The other is can go up like a rocket, can fall down like a parachute jumper without his parachute being open. Okay, so it's dangerous. So now I want to show you my personal information. I don't hesitate. I will show it to you. This is a secret information, but I will show it to you. Okay. Now this is okay. This is my account in this website. This is a gold producer refinery. Okay, you can see my name up here. Okay, my name up here. So I just press on my orders. Okay, this is in Turkish, so you have to check Turkish. Siparişlerim means my orders. So I just want you to check the recent orders I made. Okay, it's starting 5/10. This is reverse order in Turkey, as you know. This means October the 5th. I bought 8,830 TL. So this is 5 grams. At the 12th of the same month, I bought for 9,200. At the 18th of the same month, I bought it for 955.57. Same amount. Here, I bought a bigger gold for, I think, 20 grams at 38,000 TL. Okay, on the 19th. See, this is all between 15 days. On the 20th, I bought 9,790. On the 20th, I bought another 10 grams. This came up from 830 to, why are you buying? It's going up. You know, you're paying 800 TL difference. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I look at the grams I own, okay? These numbers will be dirt in the future. So I don't care. I don't expect it to go to $100,000. So as you see, I buy them all with my credit cards, okay? I keep buying. So this one was not realized, okay? So this one is realized on the 26th of 10. Sometimes credit cards fault, thinking that maybe you are not ordering it. So they check for security. So 9.6, 9.643, 9.678, all 5 grams. Here another 10 gram on the 7th of this month, 19,000. On the 8th of this month, another 9,650. Now you see it's coming down, okay? It's coming down. That's good. That's good for me. I'm buying cheap. Now it's coming down. What if it falls further to 7,000? I love it. I just buy more, okay? Because that's what I've been doing for 45 years, okay? I know its day of shining will come. Why do I know it? I don't buy because the gold's price is increasing. So I think you've seen enough. All the last one I ordered, it's still not received yet. I ordered on 11/11 yesterday, the day before, 2 days before, 2 days before, 3 days before. Okay, so that's how they are. And this is the website. If you want to check the website, now I'm showing you. There are two different 24 carats. Full 995% or almost 1% 24 karat gold. There are also other, of course, silver and coin type of golds available at this site. These are minted by this site itself, okay? It's called IRA, is Istanbul Altın Rafinerisi. So they have prices starting from 1 to 5 grams. On weekends, anytime you can buy. you just choose one. Now it's 9, 7, 10. Okay, but you may want to wait tomorrow daytime. Let's see how the market's open. Or if you think, oh, it's going to go up tomorrow. I mean, these are small things. I don't give a damn. Okay, if it's 200 TL cheaper, I'm not after chicken feed. I'm looking for the big harvest. Okay, I will not sell my gold if these numbers don't reach like 20, 30,000 TL. Okay, and quick enough, not 5 years later. So I'll just keep adding as I'm doing this. Okay, so 10 gram is like 19,253. 20 gram is 38,000. So you just add it up and just pay and leave. Okay, pay. So if you order before like 3 o'clock, you'll receive it next day. Okay, it's a next day receipt, approved. This is not the only site. I also use another site, which is also manufacturing. It's called Nadir Gold. But I check the prices. Whichever is offering me better price that day, I order from them. Okay, because I don't care. This card paper is worthless around it. It's a certificate of authenticity and everything. But 5 gram 995 gold is 5 gram 995 gold. So as long as it's a dependable, it's a seller, a refinery, I don't care which is, if it's 100 TL cheaper, why don't I buy from the other one? Okay, so maybe I did not show you the site, so I want you to show you the site. Okay, now I'm showing you the site, but I have to now also show you. If I missed, I will show you my purchases, just pressing on my name and my siparişlerim. Because sometimes this streaming problem keeps problem. So these are my purchases. Okay, all my purchases starting. Let me see if it's showing. It's showing. Okay, so these are my purchases. So they are all here. So there is no bull. Okay, I'm really buying these. So just to make you sure, I'm not. This is not a YouTuber, a YouTuber talk. This is serious business talk. Okay, you don't have to buy. I posted underneath here. I do not recommend any specific investments. My investment ideas are purely based on my own risk acceptance and may not match yours. Okay, so this is always shown here because I have a 45, 50-year experience. So that's why I'm easy. I don't care if it falls to 8, 7, 6,000 tomorrow, because my experience teaches me that. Let me go back to myself. I kept gold in TL value for 3 years. It didn't move up. It stayed around 100 TL. Oh God, I collected so much, and I bought all these houses, used them as down payments. When the times were bad, economy was pressed, nobody had money. So that's when you buy the house at best time. Okay, so then you have the gold and it's cash. It doesn't matter if it's still 100 TL. Okay, it doesn't have to go to 200 TL because it's cash. You can use it as a bargain chip and say, I can pay you cash when interest rates are way high, like in 2018 in Turkey. That's why they kicked out the old central bank manager and replaced him 4 times. But this time, the new ones are also increasing, but they understood that it had to be increased. Now they went back to what they did 5 years ago with great damage. It's unexplainable damage they did to economy. So in a way, if these things come, now the days are coming, they keep increasing interest rates. Okay, 35, 40, 50. I love it. Okay, because when my purchasing power is increasing or just staying, and especially on a day when US dollar rates suddenly released after elections, they do this. Last election, it went up from 19 TL per dollar to 27 TL per dollar. So in one night, gold is calculated in US dollars. So It doesn't matter if it's the gold portion going up or the US dollar. It comes together. When you buy a house, you don't just buy the house, you buy the land with it. You cannot have the house standing in the air, okay? It must have a land with it. So when you buy a house, you also buy a land, okay? 50, 60%, depending on where you bought it. In the center of the city, it can go up to 80% of the price, the land. If you buy it in the prairie or somewhere, very out of the city, it can be 30% of the house, but there is definitely land price in it. So that way, 19 minus 27, that's 8 TL difference in 1 week. 8 divided by 19, okay? My wealth increased by 42% in Turkish lira terms, okay? So what? There is inflation. No. The next day, I could buy any house still at the same price because people cannot increase the prices of the houses on sale the next day because they will never find buyers. Even if they try, there won't be buyers. So that's where I come into play, okay? 42% without even bargaining. It just came free of charge, okay? So some people are saying, don't buy a house right now because you're buying it extremely expensive. What if I think in US dollars? Okay? If I buy the house today, 3 months later, 4 months later, after the election, if the rates go up to 40 TL, okay? Today is 29, let's say 29 minus 40. If I just wait long enough, 6 to 8 months, I make 11 TL divided by 29 TL today. I would make another 38% profit, okay? Buying today is not a big problem if you think in US dollars, because if I tell people, oh, I did this much money, okay, that's in TL. Let's see it in US dollars. This is in US dollars. I buy it 38% cheaper. If I buy in just, not wait years, not wait years, because this 40 TL is the target of all the banks in the Europe, that this is going to be the price of Turkish lira against US dollar, okay? That's what they're estimating. At the end of this year, 30. At the time of elections, they will try to keep it around 33. Until the end of 2024, it's going to be 40 TL, roughly. So even that, I'm talking official numbers. I'm not talking, official estimates. My estimate. I'm just talking of it. It can be 60, 70. I don't know. It can be 38. What do I lose? It can be 35. What do I lose? I bought it dirt cheap. Okay. So if you listen to people, it's not time to buy a house because interest rates are. How high are the interest rates? Then you ask the same person. It says central banks must increase the interest rates. This is very low. Then, okay, if it's low, I'm going to buy a house on mortgage. No, it's very expensive. Well, you just said it's very low. Now, when I'm trying to buy something, you're saying it's very high. Okay, let's come to our senses. Is it high or low? Okay, is it going to go up further? Yes, it should. Maybe much more, it should pass the 70% inflation. Right now, it's only at 35%. Fine, then I'm buying it dirt cheap, even with mortgage, So don't rely on other people's information. There will always be people saying it will go down to $1,000 an ounce. There will always be people telling you it's going to go up to $110,000 an ounce. You just keep buying, okay, until the right time comes. And you will notice, if you are following this channel, if nobody warns you, I will warn you. I will say, okay, guys, now is the time. Go get that house, okay? And now, but I'm waiting for the big amount, not chicken feed, okay? Not chicken, total harvest. Total harvest, sweep the bottom. In Turkish, I say, dibini sıyırın. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed this video, Sunday video. So I told you the facts. If you want to know the past of the gold, I made in another video, but I will show you as an example one website which is very helpful. Let me make sure this one it shows. They don't. It says share this tab instead. So I automatically assume it's showing, but I have to check. Otherwise, it doesn't show. So this one here, as you can see, is why is it a very good site for me? Because at the gold price org site, I can see the price in gold Turkish lira grams. Okay, this is not the real physical gold, but it gives me an idea. It dropped 1%, 2.3 per 20% in silver on Friday. These are Friday numbers. This is the Friday's graph. Oh man, I lost so much money. I bought like crazy, as you see. So here the graphs are in US dollars. So this is in TL. It went down 108. In US dollars, it went down 106%. Silver went down 2.23 in TL terms. In US dollar terms, ounce, well, 1.66. So that day, silver fell more than gold, okay? So these are daily information. But if you want to see, oh, I don't care for, let's just work on the gold, okay? Forget about the silver for the moment. Instead of one day in US dollars, I'm talking, let's choose 1 year. So it was down at 1750. It made zigzags, came down, up, came out, came down again, okay, went up, okay? So it saw $2,050 around May, okay, the highest for ounce. Now let's go further to 5 years. Now it went up from $1,200. I'm talking dollars, I'm not talking TL. It went up to today's price, okay? 2,000, let's say, $800 in 5 years. So it's easy to calculate. Divide 800, or you can divide the big number to small number and take the number behind the dot. But this way, I'm just showing you with experimentation. 800 TL divided by $1,200. That's what you started out with. It's 66.6%. And daily, you can see it on the right-hand side here. In 5 years, it says 63.06%, because I just assumed it's 2000. It's 1940. So it increased in 5 years 63%. That means every year gold gave in US dollars about 10%. Last year, 10.6%, even at this price. This is daily. This is updated daily. If you bought it 6 months ago, you lost 2.85%. Oh, what a big loss. If you bought it 30 days ago, you made 5%. Okay, so that's how you look at this. Now, let's going back to 5 years. From 5 years in US dollars, as I said, it was, you see here, it was a total loss years. Not loss, but just frozen years, okay, in US dollars. In Turkish lira, it wasn't frozen. It was still going up. I can turn this into a Turkish lira. Now you will see in TL, Turkish lira. Okay, now you see it's going up like a rocket, starting from somewhere around 5,000 per ounce. This is ounce price. If you want to turn it into grams, okay, it's like dirt cheap grams 10 years ago. Now it's around, we all know it's about here, 1,800 TL. Physical is, of course, much more expensive. It's above 1850. The numbers you saw at the site, I just showed you what you buy with credit card. So when you pay with credit card, it also includes shipment plus the credit card. You gain 40 days. So in 40 days, if there is big hike in gold prices, sometimes you make a lot of money, sometimes you lose some money. But on the average, they equal each other. Okay, so because if I didn't have my credit, I couldn't buy that option. I had to wait till I save that money. So I take the risk. Okay, I'm taking the risk because I never had money. I never keep my money in money. Okay, I told you all. I don't keep my money in the banks or anywhere. I always invest only for my monthly payments. I keep in money funds. Okay, only monthly payments And right after I pay, I go buy, gold or funds, whatever I want to buy. Okay. So this is in 10 years in TL terms. So all data, as you can see, it was free of charge almost. Now it's again 2000. Okay. That's how gold price went up, especially after, you will see, after 2018. Okay. It shoot up like a rocket. That's why US government printed so much money, went from $2 trillion in 2008, to $12 trillion. Not the loan. I'm talking about the printed M2. Okay. So they increased the money supply by 6 times. So gold just went up 6 times. Okay. So gold is a saver against US dollar. Okay. It will not lose against US dollars. So basically, I hope this helps. If you're working in any currency, at the bottom of this page, let's go to the bottom of this page. This shows your daily movement. So it stopped at 1938 gold. You can find gold silver ratio here. It's very detailed. So gold silver ratio is this one. It shows 87 silvers. See, 87 silvers by gold. So this is the midway. But in time, it went down to very dear silver at 65 silvers buying 1 ounce of gold. Okay. And it went too bad to a loser situation against gold. 126 silvers only bought 1 ounce of gold. But right now we are in somewhere in the middle. We are neither cheap in silver nor very high. Okay, so this is the history starting from 2018. Okay, I didn't go too far. Same oil is priced in here. If you are curious how high the oil prices are, so they are in the median rates right now. Okay, not too high, not dirt cheap. Okay, like here at one time there was no place to put it, so they almost sold it free. So then it went up to 120. This is how you make money. If you sell here scared it's falling, you can't make money. If you buy, you don't have to find this top. You can sell here. Whenever you think that's good enough profit, you can sell. Okay, but this, you have to be in it, because if it falls down here, nobody will want to buy. They think that, oh, it's no longer valuable. That's how human thinking is. Okay, that's the right time to buy. Just like I said, if everybody in their channels are telling you to sell, it's right time to buy. Okay, so last thing I want to show you, at the bottom of this page, this is listed in all currencies: US dollars, Australian, Canadian, Swiss francs, Chinese, Euro, Great Britain, India, Japan. As you see, in 2008, although gold makes 5.6% in US dollars, in Japan it lost 14%. In India it gained 20%. In UK it gained 43%. Okay, so can you imagine a Japanese investing in Japan? They were lucky. Their money did not lose value against gold, or they didn't make much money. But a British person was extremely lucky keeping his money in gold. Okay, so it differs. It's not same for all countries except Turkey. It's different for all countries with different monies. So now, averaging the last 15 years, you can see years gold went up 24%, 10%, 20% consecutively. Some small losses. Okay, last 2 years were small losses. This year is 6% above in US dollar. I'm checking. Now, the average of 15 years, 6.4% gain in gold prices in US dollars. In other monies, you can see the next one was Australian dollars. Australians investing in gold, they made 8% on average. Okay, so this goes on. This must be less Swiss, probably 4.6%. Yes, because their money fell less against other currencies. Now we go to here to 10%, 11%. and I like to take you to this number. In 2023, just the opposite of the 2008, Japanese, being in gold, they saved 23%, whereas everybody just got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6%. Japanese housewives made 23% if they have bought gold. So their average is 8%. As you can see from here, and 5% is extremely good return against Swiss francs, and against euros. Euros were giving minus negative interest rates for years. They got 8.5% in gold. So shall I invest in gold? Your answer is here. Okay. Forget about all the noise. Okay. So now this is probably one of my longest English videos. I like to say, stay safe, have a nice Sunday, just keep saving whatever you believe in. It doesn't have to be gold, it doesn't have to be silver, okay? Whatever you believe, and you can prove that, like I did, governments are all buying gold, they are buying in big bulks. Governments, are they buying today? Yes, highest amounts are being bought by governments today. And governments usually buy when they think the price is very cheap, okay? So you must act, or it's up to you. I act like the governments. I always buy, but I increase my buying during times of recession where gold is the king. Who has the gold makes the rules. Now I'm making the rule. This video must be terminated.